we have an obligation to speak out on this issue and to speak out on it in moral terms and to do everything in our power to respect, honor, and support the members of our community who have built their lives here. But we also have to not give false hope. And so we don't, so the danger of holding out some media term like sanctuary cities is that people may think that somehow that gives them protection they don't have. And I may be subject to federal action. I don't know. But I do know that I'm probably not going to be targeted because of the color of my skin. And I'm not going to be targeted because I don't have a passport. I have one at home. That means that I have to be very careful, and we all have to be very careful, that we don't put people who don't have those advantages in harm's way by making rhetorical, not legal moves that aren't productive. And so I just want to point out that the context of the policy that the city manager put in place is a very important one. Our city police force is not in the business of enforcing immigration law. And our city police force is in the business of keeping our city safe and dealing with crimes in our city's boundaries. That's their job, and you've heard our police chief say this. It's a very clear position, and it's a very clear policy. The last thing I'll say is that this is something that I think is probably keeping all of us up at night. This is a terrible, terrible moment for our country, in my opinion, and it grieves me deeply that that we're a country that's founded on immigration. I'm 2 generations off the boat. There's discussion at the federal level about getting rid of birth citizenship. That's the only kind of citizenship I've got. A couple moves back, maybe there will be a move to go back and see whether my grandparents got in legally or not, or or try to retroactively apply today's quotas to Dutch people in the early 20th century. I don't know. It's hard to predict how far and how fast this will go, but I do think it's important. It's critically important that our community remembers to love each other, support each other, and remember that that's what we're put on this earth to do, to be supportive of each other and be a community together. So, any of my fellow